conspiracy theory content generally, our goal is to promote authoritative content to our users. So we have two principles that guide the way here. That's the first one, is we want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
Such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
wolność słowa.
Topic: a frank discussion of a controversial problem. This week, Franklin Trevelyan talks to Dr. Rhomboid Goatcabin about freedom of speech.
Dr. Goatcabin, what I want to ask you first is, do you believe that in this country there is freedom of speech?
Well, I
Or
always...
to put it another way, do you believe that there is in this country freedom of speech?
Yes, well, I think
Or
that...
to paraphrase that, do you believe that there is a freedom of speech in this country?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do.
In other words, are people in this country free to speak?
Yes, well,
That is what I mean. Yeah.
Yes,
Perhaps I should say that by free I mean, of course, unrestrained.
Yes.
By speech I mean the act of speaking
Yes,
words.
quite.
And by in this country I mean, of course, Great Britain.
yes, I do appreciate.
And,
I feel
and Northern Ireland.
And Northern Ireland, yes.
Yes, and the Channel Islands.
Channel Islands, yes.
But not, of course, abroad.
No. I do.
I mean, let me put it another. I mean, to what extent do you, as opposed to anyone else,
Yes, I know the question.
who would be other people for the
I
purpose of this question,
do know the question.
feel, and by feel I mean believe,
I know the question.
consider, hold to be true,
I know the question.
Fine, credit to
I know the
test believe,
question.
maintain, assume, surmise, accept, deem, win, or proud that this is in fact the case,
I know the question.
or not.
What, me?
Yes,
You want to know what I think?
that's right.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I've forgotten the question.
Freedom of speech.
Oh, yes. Well,
What I was asking was, do you feel that freedom of speech in this country
remember
is
the
an
question.
illusion
I remember
or
the question.
a reality?
I remember.
And I mean by reality,
Yes,
of
I
course,
remember
I
the
do
question.
mean the true
I do
state
know the
as
question.
they exist as
I know the
time,
question.
as opposed to
I remember the
unreal
question.
appreciation
I
of
do
the
know the
they might
question. I know
bearing
it.
in mind
I didn't want to come here.
pro and
You
con
made me come
must
here.
be considered in
I didn't want to
reaching,
come.
after all, was
I'm
not
going
an
now.
easy
I'm
decision
going.
on a relative
I'm going.
as opposed to an
Good night.
absolute problem. When I say problem, I do mean an issue that affects all of us at this time. I mean, I always myself feel that while it is universally agreed that some restriction on the right of free speech is necessary, for example, in the case of the law of libel or... or not, as the case may be. I mean, bearing in mind that with censorship, many of the facts that lead to a repression of a person's opinion can in fact lead, if bottled up, to extremely violent states of action, though I do not personally believe it to be the case, as there seems to be little evidence to this effect.
Well, I always feel that in the case of freedom of speech, one can only...
However, I'm afraid that's all that we have time for tonight. Good night.